Good morning or good afternoon to whom it may concern. My name is Otisha Germany, and I do pray that this video finds you to be doing well. And I'm sure you're tired of reading essays at this point, so I thought I'd make you a video. I am a registered nurse here in East Texas, Lufkin, Texas specifically. Just finished a contract at Woodland Heights Medical Center. But I am originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and then went into travel nursing, and that's what landed me here. So prayerfully, now that I am officially a Texan, I would like to pursue further goals, and that would be you all's nursing education graduate program. There are so many reasons why this particular area is a passion of mine, but I would say this, and honestly, I think this is what spurred on the actual video and application. On one of my last days of my contract at the hospital, I was asked to precept one of the fellow nurses who's coming on full time. And I first said no because I had never been comfortable with teaching, the things that usually come so easy to most nurses. And I'm a medical surgical nurse is my background. But I said no, and it just ended up that I was her preceptor, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the beauty of teaching someone else how to enjoy the ministry of being a nurse. And so, with that being said, along and compounded with my own experience with nursing professors, I would love to pursue and to do what I believe I've been called to do, and that's to be his light, God's light first and foremost, but also to spread the joy of what it means to be his hands and feet on our clinical floors, within every setting that we get to take part in as nurses. So I do see that there are essay questions, which I would like to go ahead and go through, and I won't make this too long, but I believe the first one says, explain your reasons for pursuing an advanced practice degree in this particular area. And I think I just covered that very clearly. My desire would be to not make photocopies or, carbon copies of who I am as a nurse, but to help nurses who are just coming out of school realize that it's not as scary as the way they make it out to be. It can be fun, it can be rewarding, but it's very much so a very serious privilege and responsibility that we hold to practice in safe environments, to not be overly confident, but to always remain humble, and to do it in such a way that we practice not just the skill aspect, even though that is 100% important, but to practice the compassion that comes with it. To never stop learning, to love learning, and to continue to keep up with the evidence-based practice that we also find ourselves kind of balancing or juggling on a day-to-day basis. But because my experience in Ohio at Mount Vernon Nazarene University was so beautiful, learning what it meant to be a Christian nurse, I would love the opportunity to help groom some men and women who are going to be going out into the workforce as nurses, being his hands and God's hands and feet, and then moving on to then do the same as they care for their patients. Describe someone who's been in an influential role that has shaped my decision. I suppose, like I said, those nursing professors, when it came to med surg, when it came to labor and delivery, when it came to my psych rotation, they were absolutely adamant about making sure that our health and our own personal lifestyles are being cared for, as they acted as support, the support system to us as students. And that would very much so be my heart, to be truly a support staff as we raise and groom up men and women who will go out and then be the forefront, face that the patients and the doctors see. So that very much so, my nursing professors from my own Christian Institute. But then also just my grandmother. She's in heaven now, but my grandmother, in every single way, she, for her own mother, she was a nurse who was not, didn't have a degree, but she was a nurse in every single way. She cared for my grandfather until he went on to heaven. And so she practiced what it meant to actually have the heart of compassion, hands of healing, to be, very much so the bedside nurse that I desire to be on a daily basis. She taught me that, but she didn't have a BSN or an associate's behind her name. Yet it came so wonderfully personal because she did it out of the kindness of her heart and love, ultimately. So I very much so believe they have sculpted and molded me to be the kind of nurse that I am today. And that pushes my desire to kind of help implement or push or create that passion in other, men and women who will become future nurses. And then lastly, have you prepared for the regular, maybe insanity or the regular responsibilities of graduate study? Honestly, I will say this as I'm video recording in my car. I know as a nurse already with an undergraduate BSN, life is busy and it doesn't stop when we get a full time job. but I am prepared because I've learned through this undergraduate experience as a registered nurse. I've learned what it means to be able to balance life in the holistic form when it comes to the spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. Intellectually speaking, if one thing is balanced in all those areas, it should all be balanced. So caring for myself 100%, and I have a great support system, a great church, and ultimately I do believe that I've been called, very much so called, to move forward in this particular way. So am I prepared? I don't think we can ever truly be prepared, but learning how to take it day by day by day and seeing how God can be our strength, my strength, and then putting the work necessary, because the end result is 5 years from now, I choose and plan and desire more than anything to be in a classroom at the front, helping stir up a passion within the hearts and the minds and and truly in the lives of men and women who will do very much so what I get to do day in and day out on my 3 12-hour shifts, and that is to be truly present in a person's most vulnerable time. So yes, I am prepared, yet I know that it will take a lot to go step by step, but taking it one day at a time. I don't know what graduate school truly is like because I've never done it, but I remember nursing school and we made it through that. Thank the Lord, but now choosing to impact those who will be the impactors. That's my desire. So thank you so much for these few minutes. I pray that, if it's the Lord's will, that I will be accepted. I'm looking forward to starting in 2020 of the spring, and we'll prepare in such a way. But thank you all so much for what you do, truly as professors and administrators. I know that y'all's position that you have, it's pivotal because you all are very much so selecting and appointing and bringing in men and women who truly want to impact. So you also have to have a heart and a mind that's ready to show us how to do what you all are doing so well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I pray that the rest of your day is wonderful. And now I'm going to go ahead and go back to the busy schedule of life. Thank you for this opportunity. And once again, may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.